Today, we're diving into this constant, high stakes battle that's happening online every single second, the fight to get a clear view of the entire digital marketplace. For any business, trying to get real time data is kind of like trying to watch every single TV channel in the world all at once just to spot one critical change. So, how is that even possible?
Yeah, that really is the question, isn't it? If you're running a business, how do you actually keep tabs on a competitor who just changed a price in another country? Or how do you verify that your $1 million ad campaign is even running correctly on the other side of the world? I mean, it sounds almost impossible. But in today's market, it's not just a nice to have, it's absolutely essential for survival.
And this gets to the heart of what we call the marketplace data challenge. We are way past the time when having data was just useful. Now it is the absolute lifeblood of your entire strategy. Without a constant, clear view of what's going on, you're not just a step behind. You are flying completely blind.
And this data, it feeds the most critical parts of any modern business. I mean, think about it. Price monitoring isn't just about being a little bit cheaper. It's about smart, dynamic pricing that changes with the market. Ad verification, that's not just ticking a box. It's about preventing millions of dollars in wasted ad spend. From market research all the way to your supply chain, pretty much every big decision hinges on getting this data.
Okay, but if this data is so incredibly valuable, why is it so ridiculously hard to get? Well, it's because the internet has defenses. Websites aren't just built to hand over all their information, especially not at the crazy scale that businesses need. So let's take a look at the roadblocks.
Here it is, the big one. Websites are actively and very smartly built to stop this kind of automated data collection. You got to see it from their perspective. If thousands of requests suddenly start hammering their server from one single IP address, it looks like an attack. So their automated defenses kick in and bam, you're shut down instantly. And these defenses are incredibly sophisticated. We're talking way beyond a simple block. IP rate limits will cap how many times you can ask for information. Behavioral analysis can tell if a mouse isn't moving like a human's. Geo restrictions will literally show you different prices or products depending on where you are in the world. And you can just forget about it when you add in CAPTCHAs and all the advanced bot detectors. You're basically navigating a digital minefield that's designed to stop you. So for any company that's trying to do this, the result is just a massive, constant headache. Your data streams are unreliable, your systems go down without any warning, and you're left staring at this black box. You know something's broken, but you have no earthly idea why or how to fix it. It's incredibly frustrating and really, really expensive.
But of course, there's a way around this. There's always a way, right? And it is all about putting on a digital disguise. This is where we bring in the most essential tool for any kind of large-scale marketplace monitoring, the proxy. So what in the world is a proxy? Well, think of it like a middleman. Instead of all of your requests coming from your one computer, a proxy service sends each request through a totally different IP address. Imagine you sent 1,000 different people into a store to check a price, instead of walking in 1,000 times yourself and looking super suspicious. That's pretty much what a proxy does for you online. Now hold on, because not all proxies are created equal. You've basically got two main types. On one hand, you have data center proxies. They're fast, they're cheap, but they come from server farms, which makes them pretty easy for websites to spot and block. But the real power, that comes from residential proxies. These use actual IP addresses assigned to real homes by internet service providers. So to a website, a request from a residential proxy looks exactly like a real person browsing from their living room. And that is the golden ticket to unlocking the most heavily guarded data. Okay, so we get it. Proxies are a disguise. But how do they specifically beat all those crazy blocking methods we were just talking about? Let's break down how it actually works. The process itself is actually brilliantly simple. So your tool sends a request. The proxy gateway instantly grabs it and assigns a fresh, new IP address from its huge global pool. Then that request goes and hits the target website, looking just like any other normal user. And because it looks totally legit, the website happily sends the data right on back. Easy as that. And this, right here, this is the secret sauce: IP rotation. By making every single request look like it's coming from a brand new user, you never trigger those rate limit alarms. You just blend in with the millions of other real users out there, making your whole operation basically invisible. So we've got the tech. It's super cool. But what does it really unlock? I mean, what can businesses actually do once they have this power to see the entire market so clearly? Well, the classic example, the one you always hear about, is price monitoring. Let's be honest, e-commerce is a cutthroat world. Using proxies, a company can track thousands of competitor prices across hundreds of different websites, all in real time. This lets them adjust their own prices on the fly and always stay one step ahead.
Okay, another huge one, ad verification. Companies spend billions on digital ads, but how do they really know they're being shown correctly? With a proxy, a marketing team in New York can use an IP address based in Tokyo to see exactly what their ads look like to a Japanese customer. It's the only way to be sure your global campaigns are actually working. And this is about way more than just checking if the visuals look right. It's about protecting the whole advertising investment. Now, companies can actively sniff out ad fraud from bots. They can verify global campaigns from one single office, and, this is a big one, they can monitor for brand safety. Making sure their multi-million-dollar ads don't suddenly show up next to some really damaging or inappropriate content. And beyond these specific jobs, this just blows the doors wide open for massive-scale market research. I mean, imagine collecting millions of customer reviews to find that one tiny product flaw nobody's noticed yet, or tracking a competitor's real-time inventory to predict their next big move. This is the level of insight that drives major strategic decisions. It's what separates the market leaders from everyone else. This quote from a user really just nails the end goal here. The best technology is the technology that becomes invisible. A really powerful proxy network just handles all the complicated stuff, the IP rotation, the CAPTCHAs, all the blocks. It all just happens automatically in the background. It lets people stop fighting with the tech and start focusing on what actually matters, the data itself. And the sheer scale of these networks is just immense. We're talking about getting access to IP addresses in over 140 countries. What that really means is you can see the web exactly as a local user would from pretty much anywhere on Earth. It opens up truly global data collection. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? In today's digital economy, the line between simply seeing the market and leading the market, well, it's pretty much disappeared. Having access to this raw, real-time data isn't just an advantage anymore. It is the entire game. The question is no longer if you need to see everything at once, but just how fast can you build your view?